Should probably render the timeline because it's choppy as hell. Hey, what's up guys, it's T3 Gaming here, and today we're going to be playing a little bit of CAVEBLAZERS. One of my new favorites, one of my new favorite games. Playing an asinine amount of time lately, way too much time. It's been a joke how much time actually. I'm at a point now where I think I can start maybe consistently beating the game over and over again. So just follow me along here. What I'm going to be doing is I'm running a Reaper perk. With the Reaper perk, if you get 5 kills in a row, you're able to permanently increase one stat, ranged, magic, or melee. In this playthrough, with the Reaper perk, obviously, you start with Scythe, or Scythe, whatever you call it, Scythe. I don't know, I'm real bad with the pronunciations of that type of thing. Goth weapons, you know. But like I said, asinine amount of time. But on this playthrough, what I'm going for is obviously I want to get a ranged weapon as soon as possible, because with this perk that you don't start with the bow and arrow, so it's sort of an issue. And many times today, when I first started playing the game, over and over and over and over again, I get these great loadouts, these great pieces of armor, great magic items, and next thing I know, they're not dropping me a ranged weapon, and that was a huge issue during the playthrough. See, I'm getting my 5 with the Reaper. You know, you get your 5 kills. You get the little number over your head there. It's basically denoting. It's basically telling you how many you have right now, what your bonus is to melee, what your bonus is to everything. All 3 things get amped up big time as your combos go up. I'm up to 10 now. And I'm manually trying to get into the gauntlet because I do not have a bow and arrow, which is usually required at some point to hit at least one of the blocks. But otherwise you can hit it with your melee. Anyway, back to the multiplier. I try to keep it high, so you're somewhat moving at a good pace, because the enemies or the timer, it feels like about 5 seconds. So you have to kill an enemy once every 5 seconds to keep your multiplier going. But the cool thing is, every time you hit 5, you get a permanent increase on one of your stats. So ranged, magic, or melee. I think it was real melee heavy in this run in particular. Man, I can't tell you how bad I actually hate bombs. I'm getting sick of bombs. I'm getting sick of the bombs, dude. I gotta tell somebody. I gotta talk to somebody. If another fucking bomb hits me, dude, I will break everything in this house. I've had it with the bombs. Throughout this playthrough here, just watch how many bombs smash my face wide open. Take a close look. Alright, so I'm up to 8, running by here. The dudes, the orcs with the spears, any creature that throws something is something that you have to sort of have the Metal Gear Solid exclamation point above your head over. If you don't properly prepare, you're gonna find yourself face down real quick, many times over, and into the rocks. You're gonna have your face down, and you might as well just be there until the end of days, because that's what it's gonna keep on happening if you don't learn the mechanics, if you don't learn the way that the bosses and the minions move around. You're gonna want to break everything in your own house and possibly cause harm or damage to your family members. Excuse any cuts that I make here. Obviously, the biggest thing is saving time for you guys, so you're not stuck watching no action, because there's a lot of backtracking where I go back to an altar to combine 2 pieces. You know, if I get 2 orcish rings, for instance, I'm going to go back to the altar at the very top of the stage to combine them. I'll show me actually combining the items, but that's about it. Not a bad first boss. I showed this in one of my previous videos. My last previous video. Oh, Medusa. If looks could kill. Really not. I found out that running all the way to the right or left, there's always going to be a gap there for the lightning not to hit you. As you can see, those little dots above my head, that's an archery perk. Basically, every time I connect with a shot from a bow consecutively, a bonus is added up. If I miss, then it resets. Boom, reset. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's me getting hit by lightning again. What else is new? Now, once it's cleaned up, let's see what we got here. Now, occasionally zapping nearby enemies, that one right there, that I don't really like that because sometimes it messes with your Reaper perk. So if the lightning kills something, you won't get your multiplier. Basically, it'll nullify. It won't count as a melee kill. It has to be a melee kill. The scythe. Scythe. I mean, whatever it's called. So I'm at 4 here. Let's see, boom. Plus 1 to range. There's an example of the lightning zapping one. I'm taking one away. I'm not doing very good here, as you can see. I really didn't have a lot of hope for this run at this moment. 21 out of 120. So basically I'm wasting this life because I had the necklace. So I'm going to go ahead and take a demon rune there. Increase my health to 140. Basically just conceding this life because I'm going to get one. I have one in my pocket. Preferably you don't want to go in reckless like that. That was very reckless. At least try to preserve the 13 hit points that you do have. And again, real reckless. Those little backpack skull dudes, for some reason, if you're moving towards them and swinging at the same time, especially with the scythe, you are a lot of times they're gonna hit you, and they hit pretty hard. So again, patience. Stay patient the entire run. That's really all it's about. Oh, green caps. I call those guys green caps. I got a bad problem with green caps. I don't. Their accuracy, how aggressive they are. It's really a problem throughout the game, all the way to the end, pretty much. Tired of bats. See, look how quick. Old greenie. They don't have caps on them, they're bald. That one's nice. Every time you kill 2 enemies, your maximum health increases by 1. So things are looking a little bit better now. Not quite. You get half your health back on the resurrection, so I'm about on par right now. Again, not high hopes for this run whatsoever. That's another thing, just never concede a run. I almost did. It sort of got reckless, but then there it was. My #1 favorite perk. I forgot the name of it, sorry. I don't know the names of the perks really. I just started playing the game. So basically, every time you kill an enemy with melee, you get 2 health back, and that's also goes back to the combo points too. So if I see lightning drop, the little chain lightning move, I'm not gonna pick it up anymore. It's because of the fact that it can interrupt health gain, and it can also interrupt the combos from the Reaper, from the scythe. I mean, look at that. Vicious. Just vicious, aggressive. They will throw from any angle. If they're jumping above you, and they'll throw down, straight down if you're waiting for them. Very sort of spooky how aggressive those guys are. Bombs. I mean, again, boom, 26 out of 159, not doing too good. Wasn't feeling the run. Still wasn't feeling it, even after the... Because I haven't been seeing the health. I haven't been seeing the leech at all in any run, and I'm looking for it every time. This is a nice one. Melee damage increased by 3 and attack speed by 10%. That was another one that didn't count because of lightning. Oh, there it is. Max health 1, plus health 2. But you know, another stupid -9 on the bat. The spirit of the face. But in the end, it always balances out. Really. Here's a quick 8, well 6. So little by little. Getting that health back. Playing a little bit more tight now, a little more focused. A lot of times when you come into these square rooms where they're all sort of waiting around, if you get the jump on them, a lot of times you're safe. You just have to watch the secondary, or if there's a third that gets alerted to your presence, just make sure. Spatial awareness there. They're always trying to get you. They're always trying to ruin a run. Those blue blobs of son of a bitch. I don't know, it's crazy. It really is. So I was getting my melee up there because on its own the scythe is really not powerful. Once you get your attacks where you want them to be, you want to switch later on in the game. That's what I would say, to a stronger weapon, because the scythe is a great weapon, but I'm looking for a crimson sword or a butcher blade ×2. Crimson sword gives you +3 health on a kill, and that stacks with one that you have now, so you get 5 health every kill. And if you upgrade the crimson blade to level 2, you get +5 with the crimson blade, +2 there, so you're looking at +7 every time you kill something. Easiest boss in the game. You can actually just hide right in his body now. I realized, even when he gets over you and sticks over you, starts shooting the guns down on. Yeah, you just basically hide right in his body and not even worry about taking damage the whole fight. Usually they have a little more health once you start getting to level 2. If it's a 3rd or 4th boss, each, you know, it scales. The difficulty of the boss scales with your progress. And as I said earlier, the bosses are random. Earlier video, my last video. So sometimes you walk in that room and you're like, you know, just give me what I want here. And then you end up with something that you don't want to fight. And a run ends because you're not ready. Once you start getting to this part in the game, you're going to start running into bigger hordes of enemies, more aggressive enemies. So as I said, again, harping back to the other video. Basically, when you get to a certain point, you're just always gonna have to watch your back. You're gonna have to watch for new mobs. You're gonna have to watch for hordes. You're gonna have to be careful. Watch your distance. You know, those spitting slimes. They're something else. They really cause a lot of issues as well. I've had it up to here with everything that they represent and they bring to the cause. Really, to be honest, it's one of those things that really makes you hate a roguelike. Got a lot of money transmog scrolls in this run here. So yeah, doing well in health here. Focus level's good. You can tell, moving back and forth, you know, at a reasonable pace, but not being stupid, not making dumb decisions. A lot of times you'll see me pause in the middle of the game where I'm just sort of standing there, and a lot of times that's me sort of assessing what's going on before I move. So if you see that, that's what that is. Main goal here is to try to get some double rings, so I usually look for the orcish ring because of the increase in melee, increase in damage resistance, which is huge toward the end of the game. Fire slimes are a pain in the ass too. And fire ticks for a shitload. For some reason, fire does a lot of damage. Unless, of course, you have something that's mitigating fire damage. The eyes can be very troublesome as well. I can't tell you how many times I move forward, I didn't see one pop up, and the next thing I know I'm getting pelted for 20, 25 a pop. They sort of blend in a little bit. If it wasn't for their animation, you wouldn't be able to see them at all, probably. No reason to take a hit there, and there's no reason to go the other way to jump on top of them, because heaven forbid you get knocked back into those spikes. Jesus forbid. Jesus forbid. Ring of Affliction. It's a good ring there. Keeping my health at a reasonable level. Whatever those guys are with the capes, the green guys, Jolly Green, whatever. Quick and Green. If you're not getting hit by those guys, you're doing good. In any run, really. There's a poison tick. I think I have a little poison resistance on, so it wasn't that bad. Inventory is an issue in this game. I wish there was something that I wish they could fix it. Maybe who knows if they're gonna come out with any more patches or any more hot fixes. But the inventory is always a clusterfuck. Asgard, easy. Well, second easiest boss in the game in my opinion. So getting lucky with bosses. He has a lot more health, as he's the third boss in this run, but he's still easy. He doesn't really do anything different. Really, his only attack that you have to worry about is going to be that there. If you avoid that, you basically no problem. The shockwave is easy to jump. I always think that's cool in the switch over there. They did a great job with the animation in this game, I think. The sprites are really nice to look at. The controls are actually very, very solid, very tight controls. I saw some people saying something about floaty. To me, it feels, I don't know, it feels a lot like Super Meat Boy controls. Borderline without the sprint. So I do have that bow that I'm using right now, the lightning lance. It's being hindered by magic reducing rings, I think, because a lot of the damage that it does is based on magic power. That, or I didn't get a lot of magic power bonuses with the Reaper. I'm pretty sure I was melee heavy, so I should have switched the bows earlier, and I didn't really think about it. And there it is, the Crimson Blade that I was hoping for. Got it. I did get it off the boss, which is crazy, but I'm going to save that because I want to continue to try to gather more stats with the Reaper. Maybe, I don't know, I might switch here. I was like, yeah, let's do it. Always gotta throw the test swing out there. Gotta throw those test swings out there. Make sure it swings right. So now we're at 5 health. That's huge. I was like, alright, now this run has a chance now. Because I'm rocking a Crimson Blade. Only it's slightly more powerful than the Scythe. But yeah, look at that. I jumped onto that mess. I was timing the poison slimes, that's it. I would wait for the 2 poison slimes to jump, and then I jumped in. But yeah, it starts getting messy now. But I'm getting max health, and I'm getting health back quite a bit. I'm staying like above, well above 75%, which is great. I never really mess around with Burst Pendant too much because the effect is sort of weird, the magic effect, but it's not bad. It helps in sticky situations sometimes because it has good knockback. That's sort of a sticky situation there because of how sort of closed off it is. You could easily lose 20-30 health. You would drop down there, especially with the demon orc. Ended up being not too bad though, which is a good thing, right? Anytime you can if you can come out of a fight like that halfway unscathed, you're doing something right. Little Smurfs. Love the noise the Smurfs make. Great little noise, the little mushroom dudes. The tentacle biomes are not a huge deal, but it's just sort of something extra to think about with the tentacles randomly popping up. But now I'm getting hit a little bit here, so I'm trying to back off. You don't really have to keep your distance on the trolls. The only thing was, obviously, as mentioned, was the boulder throw. There's what I was talking about with the eyes. But you gotta go in and you gotta clean the house up, SWAT style. That's really, if you don't live SWAT style, how are you living? I mean, you either have to live SWAT or live not. I'm not a rapper, I don't rhyme well, but you know, I have a few record labels out there, and I don't want to tell people about them yet, but I'm getting to the point where, you know, if you listen close, you'll hear the meaning. You know, you'll hear the meaning. Get back to the action here. Yeah, I've about had it with those guys. I'm getting reckless again, getting a little too overconfident. Overconfidence is a real thing in this game. Next thing you know, you're bamboozled and you're left out to dry, and you're hanging, you know, they're hanging your body in one of the alcoves. It's inventory hell at this point. I'm tired of it. I've had enough inventory woes in my days to be dealing with another game that has them. It would be cool if one of the blessings was like a mobile vendor that sort of followed you around like the Ghost does, where you can sort of sell your goods anytime you want. Not something they just give to you, but something that drops randomly, and you have the option. Because this really slows down a run. I would say about 30 to 45 minutes of going back to shrines in the beginning of the levels to combine items, and trying to decide what I want to use, and trying to sort through my full inventory because there's not enough inventory slots. Another money transmog scroll. I thought that was pretty cool. You know, you throw down 5 items, you use the transmog scroll, and it will allow you to basically take those 5 items and sell them, similar to what I was just saying, but you can only do 5 at a time. And a lot of times you're not going to throw your rings out. You're not going to throw your weapons out until you get a double of something. You know, once you know what you're actually going to use at the end of the game, which I've decided I'll probably I want to go with Crimson, but I'm looking for another Crimson sword to drop, or I'm looking for another Butcher Blade to drop. I think I picked the Butcher Blade up earlier. I know I picked, yeah, there it is. So you don't want to use Butcher Blade in its, you know, in its first form, because you're taking 25% more damage. If you get a second Butcher Blade, that is taken away, and it's one of this. It's probably, well, I haven't seen the shadow weapons. I've heard there's some shadow weapons, but outside of any other weapon that I haven't got secret wise, because I really haven't done anything secret wise, I would say that the Butcher Blade is probably the best weapon with the 100% bleed, and if you have anything that increases bleed, and the base damage is really high too. On a double Butcher Blade. Again, double. Single Butcher Blade, if you're good at not getting hit, maybe okay. But you're going to be, you know, taking that 25% increased damage is sort of a killer. You'll find yourself dead in seconds. And there it is. For effect. So I got my second Butcher Blade. The second Crimson Blade would be amazing because then I'm getting my +7. So I'm hoping for that as well. And then it's a toss-up what you use in the last boss. In this case, I would probably say Crimson. Destroy the bulbs, destroy the biome, get rid of the tentacles just simply by shooting the bulbs there. That's a big thing in the game. It's just, you know, paying attention to where those bulbs are. But again, tentacles really aren't that big of a problem anyway. So the big thing that I hate about demon orcs is just they frontal attack. They're gonna block you every time. They're gonna block most arrows. You basically have to jump behind them and swing at them quickly. Sort of reminds me of Legend of Zelda 2, the side-scrolling Zelda with the knights, the blue and red knights. I would say that guy definitely sort of reminds me of some of the former 2D menaces of the past. But a lot of these enemies are actually original. I would say most of them are original. Like if you look at the designs and stuff like that. You think about it, the skeleton with the spinning skulls, you know, you knock the main skull out, but you have the mini skulls, obviously, that are gonna still come after you. And I'm still shooting that weak lightning lance. So my gold's up there too. This is the highest my gold's been at this point because I've been not spending it on health shrines. And when it comes down to it at the end of the game, if you have enough money, with every level that you go up, the health shrine increases in cost. Oh, try to use the spotlight. I'm pretty cool, I know. I didn't even see what that blessing was. I hope you guys read it. I remember yelling right there, like, "Come on, man! Come on, man!" I gotta play live. Jesus Christ, man! Stupid small ass skeleton, man! Small skeleton! Oh, small skeleton! Oh, look at that, 15 health right there, in one fell swoop. So the spinning wrecking ball of horror that I have is not so bad. It does help mitigate damage, I think. I really do. I didn't for the first time I'm admitting that I sort of like the wrecking ball of hell that spins around you. Other than the fact that walls block it, which makes sense. I'm actually impressed that the developer got the wrecking ball of hell to be blocked by the ground and the walls. I think that takes a little bit of coding to do that. Oh, there. See, he was trying. That bomb right there was trying, and I was shooting for the bomb. I was trying my hardest to shoot for the bomb there. I think he fell on spikes, but I couldn't tell because I'm trying to talk here, and this is something new. I don't really mess around with like talking over. I don't really mess around with talking over playthroughs that I've already done. So I'm sort of like fumbling around, like, what do I say, that kind of thing. And I'm saying like too many times. So here's the reflex lance. I should have equipped it now, but I was brain dead at the moment, thinking about what was around the corner. I haven't really been using my bow that much, but that bow there is not based on magic damage. It's based on just whatever your range damage is. I leave it sitting there for now, but I do pick it up. I'm sorry if I'm boring you. And I'm sorry if I'm boring you to tears with the demons, the demon orcs. but you have to be careful around them. You have to draw them out. So I cut as much as I could. I cut as much as the boring stuff as I could. So I hope you're still with me on this adventure from into the depths of hell. What an adventure it was. At this point, oh, and I didn't even look that up. The challenge tough skin. I also just realized that the old preserved egg, or the preserved egg right there, was 303 gold for level 8. I couldn't believe it. Sort of excited to get Felfang, but at the same time, right now you're level 8. Felfang he's got a lot of health, and he spits the poison orbs seen there a lot more often. It seems like every other step he's just shooting him out the top of his face. Right here. Just shoot him right before he shoots his laser, or as he's shooting his laser, just, you know, send a few arrows into him to send him into vulnerable mode. I was careful at first here, but I got a little reckless toward the end. You can see that poison ring is spitting out those poison dots, but I don't think this boss can be poisoned because he is poison. He's not taking ticks, as far as I can tell. So I'm just shooting with the bow, getting my distance, getting away. Here this is where I get reckless. It's like, alright, I'm ending this fight, no more. That was the first real time I got hit, actually. But I lose too much health. I always lose too much health to this easy boss. Very easy, very cool boss, but just easy. Just stay right in the middle, swing, stay right in the middle, swing, jump, 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 little tap jump. You know, very systematic, very A to B. I guess Thorns level 2 was better than level 1, but the Thorns perk is really not worth it in my opinion. Alright, I'm sweating my ass off right now. My heart rate's up. I'm like, okay, I've got a real good chance now. Almost, it felt a lot like Spelunky. I didn't quit when I beat this game. I didn't feel as accomplished as I did Spelunky, because Spelunky took me a lot longer, especially to get the true ending. But I would imagine that to get the true ending in this game also takes just as long as Spelunky does. If you haven't played Spelunky, leave my video now and download it and play it. It's one of the best games I've ever played in my life. Anyhow, this is the... I mean, I can't remember the names of areas even. Whatever the name of Magma Caverns, whatever it's called. The music's badass. I love the music in this game. I remember earlier when I was dying, I think I died like 7 times before I did this. And the background music, I was actually like making a rap like toward the guy that made the game. You know, like not like a awesome freestyle or anything like that, just sort of like rapping in the background, you know? You know, I hate your guts, I can't believe you made a shitty 2D platformer that just kills you. I know it's rigged, you never give me anything that I need or want. Anyhow, let's get back on topic, Mitch. You want to watch out for these guys. Every NPC in this entire area is deadly accurate. They have the little bola bombs. They got guys with snipers. They got shotguns. I don't even know what that is because I'm not allowed to own that. Whatever he has. I mean, look at that. Way worse than Green Cap. Old Green Hat, dude. Always keep your distance from those bats. If you look on those little boxes there, they have a plus or a minus sign on them. A plus means you have the greatest chance of getting a positive effect. If it's a minus, you have a good chance of it being a negative effect, like a bomb or something like that popping out of one. There's those little fire leafy things. I don't know what those things are, man, but they are also like they shoot something at you. I think it's each one is a single petal or something like that they shoot. No, it isn't. I was trying to count them, but they're a pain in the ass as well. They're actually the most accurate enemy. They'll hit you across the stage. You won't even know they're there. Due to some struggles early with the bombs, I was a little less aggressive toward them and more calculating toward the end of the game. You got stuff coming all at you here. You got homeboy, he's got his do-rag and his sniper rifle. You got rocket claw accelerators. I don't know what the hell dude's doing. He's trying to come at me. Rocket claw's coming at me. I'm 146 out of 342. I have a shitload of max end health. The highest I've had, I think, by far. Okay, it's like, I want to get that cube up there because that upgrades 2 of my things. Whatever 2 that I want. Whatever 2 pieces of armor, whatever 2 rings. There was a ring that I couldn't upgrade for some reason. If you're in trouble, sometimes grabbing those is a good idea because nothing can hit you when you're in those upgrade areas. The upgrade orb. The light of upgrade. There's the first friendly NPC that I've seen. Thanks to the fact that I used the pumice stone to prevent them from coming into the levels. So the only way that they can really show up, I believe, is if they're already pre-planted in the level. If you don't have the pumice stone activated, they can enter the level at any time, hostile or non-hostile. What was I? Okay, so now I'm going butcher. I got double butcher. So I got my super. But I also decided to go Crimson Blade because now I'm gonna get +7 health for every kill. And the Orcish Talisman, obviously, that's gonna take away my ranged by making it super. Now that I have 2 supers, it's going to take away the ranged penalty on the ring. So my arrows are going to shoot faster now than they were. I think I decided to also change my bow here. My philosophy on potions is, in the beginning of the game, is drink them. Drink every potion you get. If it ends up costing your life, it's worth it in the end, because by the end of the game, all the potions are named and you know what each potion does. So all those potions in my inventory have negative effects right now. But I do have the perk to trade the potions to a health shrine for decreased cost. I believe I have that perk. So I always keep the bad potions just in case I get that perk, and that will allow me to decrease the cost of my health, or decrease the cost of a health sacrifice, or decrease the cost of an item shrine as well, I believe. I haven't had a lot of opportunity to check some of the perks and how they work, especially that one, but laser, just precision accuracy right there. Precision accuracy. The blue guys are shotguns, I think. Yeah. Blue dudes. I didn't see what the health cost was for that. Get one shot, back up, wait for him. No sense of running straight at those guys unless you're good at dodging on uneven terrain. Sometimes you'll think that you're dodging, you'll jump right up into an elevated enemy's gunshot path. The claws didn't give me any problems either this level, this run. The rocket powered claws, whatever. Sorry guys, I really don't know the names of the enemies, but they didn't give me any troubles either, which is nice because they did the first few times I was here. Boom, bomb. See you, buddy. Good knowing you. I'll see you in the afterlife, pal. Health is looking good, right? Oh my god. That's another thing is if you wait around, enemies will just spawn. That enemy was a randomly spawning enemy. And it will just keep happening. They'll keep spawning. I went away from the keyboard actually the other day to get it. I think I made, I don't know, something to eat. And I was in a safe area when I came back. When I moved down and started going back through the level that I already cleared out, there was like 15 guys that were spawned. So that could be a way to exploit, but I didn't exploit it. Especially if you're like Reaper build like this. Go on the first level somewhere where they can't scale. And just let the enemies build up and then jump down and kill them all for the bonuses. And just rinse and repeat until you have the stats that you want. It's epic. I love the music. Love it. Old Crawdad. You got nothing for me, Crawdad? It's been a good run. Old red butterflies of death. Keeping the health where it needs to be. I got my little demon eye floating around behind me, giving me that secondary fire from the bow, helping my bow with secondary fire. And here it is. I'm shaking at this point. Heart rate 140. I know it's coming, so it'll be my third time. This will be my third time. I'm thinking right now. I'm like, oh. Ugh. You gotta walk in with confidence. I mean, he's not too hard. There's just things that you can't get hit by too many times. So I decided to go with the Butcher Blade, obviously, here, because I'm getting a 100% bleed. And then with the ring, I'm getting an extra 50%. And he's just going to be taking a crap load of secondary damage from bleed and poison. Alright, I'm going to shut up now. You guys enjoy this fight. And I'll be back when the fight's over. Oh my god, the music! Oh my god, music! Seriously, the music. Never stand under that one block right there for the barrage. I start contemplating here to move up on top and start down stabbing him in between the slash phase here and him losing his bubble because it's taking too long and I don't want to risk it.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That was my only live audio from the night, from the run. I end up getting all the ladies, I guess. That's basically what it boils down to. But really, I've only scratched the surface, according to the wiki. I can't imagine it being much harder, but I definitely like a challenge. Well, that about wraps it up, guys. If you stayed through this whole thing, I absolutely commend you. Most people definitely don't like sticking around for hour-long YouTube videos. So if you did, congratulations and thank you very much because it means a lot to me. I'm going to try to put out more gameplay videos. I'm going to be live a lot more on YouTube and stuff like that. So we're going to see how it goes from here on. If you have any questions whatsoever, hit me up. Let me know. I'm always here to answer questions. Always here to, go back and forth if you want to have a discussion about something. Right now we're just scratching the surface. So, keep it rolling. Keep the subs coming in. Keep the likes. Do that move that Mario does with the butt flop? What was it? Is it Mario? I'm acting like a damn fool tonight. I like the voices. It's funny how the voices are. That old man's gonna be happy. That old man that I hate because he's always mocking me after I die. T3 Gaming signing out. You guys have a great one. And